Valentine's Day is on the way, and ABC 36 wants to help one lucky viewer celebrate love. Go to WTVQ.com and enter to win prizes from Gwen's Fine Jewelers and House of Beauty Med Spa. The ultimate Valentine's giveaway is free to enter, so go to WTVQ.com today.
Now at 11, a student facing charges after a gun's found in a backpack at a Lexington high school. And Lexington's chief of police speaking out about the police beating death of Tyree Nichols.
I'm Chief Meteorologist TJ Shrug. Lots of sunshine on this Friday, but definitely on the chilly side. Most locations struggling to reach the freezing mark, but temperatures are going to be on the rise. A pretty good weekend for the first weekend of February. Your Storm Team forecast is coming up.
ABC 36 News at 11 starts right now.
Good evening and welcome in. I'm Maddie McQueen in for Paxton Boyd. In our top story at 11, Lexington Police Chief Lawrence Weathers opens up about the heartbreaking killing of Tyree Nichols in Memphis last month. Here's what he wants the people of Lexington to know about our police, and be advised the following video is graphic.
That incident was not policing. That was so far outside of the realm of policing.
29-year-old Tyree Nichols was beat by Memphis police officers after a traffic stop on January 7th and died 3 days later from his injuries. Since his death, some body cam and surveillance footage has been released of the tragedy.
That was horrible to watch. It's awful.
The Memphis Police Department has now fired 6 police officers involved. 5 are charged with second-degree murder, among other felonies.
Anybody who does that, we need to treat it with the highest level of outrage and the highest level of disgust. They beat a man to death. They need to be held to the highest level of accountability in order for justice to be served.
Lexington Police Chief Lawrence Weathers says just like we saw a couple years ago after the deaths of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, when law enforcement in one place is involved in a horrific act, it impacts law enforcement as a whole.
There's no excuse for what was shown on that video. Nobody trains for that. Everybody trains for the exact opposite of that. That's a human failure, and it needs to be dealt with.
Unlike the former officers involved in the deaths of Floyd and Taylor, the 5 former Memphis officers charged in Nichols' murder are black. But Weathers says Nichols' death is not about race. It's about a lack of respect for a human life. His message to Lexington's black community?
To see that once again happen, I'm sorry that we have to go through it again. I'm sorry that somebody had to lose their life because of lack of respect for human life.
If you'd like to read more from Chief Weathers' interview, you can visit our website at WTVQ.com. In Louisville, police are investigating after a woman was found shot to death in the parking lot of her job. The shooting happened earlier today in the JBS Foods plant parking lot in the Butchertown neighborhood. Police have not said what led to the shooting. Officers say the shooting is being investigated as a homicide. A Lexington student now charged after allegedly taking a loaded gun to school. The district says security at Paul Laurence Dunbar High School found the gun around 8 this morning while checking the student's backpack as the student went through metal detectors to get into the building. Campus police say the student is a 17-year-old in 11th grade at the school. The district says security protocols worked and the student is now also facing disciplinary action. Meanwhile, at Tate's Creek High School, campus police say they had to use pepper spray to break up a fight between 2 students. The district says the fight started this morning in a classroom, but the teacher was able to get the other students out safely. The district says there were side effects from the pepper spray and emergency first responders were called. The officers and students involved have since recovered. The district says the classroom was closed for the rest of the day as a precaution. And let's get a check-in with our weather now with Chief Meteorologist TG Shuck. TG, it was awfully cold out there today.
Yeah, absolutely, Maddie. That sunshine, a little deceiving. If you're inside looking out, you're thinking, hey, great day. It was good to see it any way you slice it up. But yes, temperatures struggled to reach the upper 20s and low 30s, and we're pretty chilly out there right now. Max HC radar and satellite, not much going on. We got high pressure sitting just to our north. Our Bluegrass Pace Care, Skyview HC Camera Network, Hicks and Funson Cam, checking out the east side of Lexington there at Hamburg. We're right at 20. Winds are northeast, but they're going to begin to shift to the southeast, and we should kind of level things out here during the overnight. Probably upper teens in most locations. We're already there in a few spots here in the metro, even down south. There in Monticello, 19 in Moorhead. Low 20s elsewhere. It is chilly to cold across the board. Luckily, the winds have diminished a good bit, but I think, again, we'll kind of level things out temperature-wise as winds shift to the southeast, even with a light breeze. That'll help, and once the sun comes up and gets going, that's going to push our winds out of the south at about 10 to 15, occasionally gusting 25 to 30. So we're going to go from the upper teens to the upper 40s. Big span between the early morning low and the afternoon high. And for the first weekend of February, our weather looks pretty good. It's going to be dry, and that upward trend on our temperatures, that continues as well. I'll tell you about that in the 7 to 8 coming up.
In Scott County, a home damaged after a late-night fire in Georgetown. The fire department says it happened last night on Main Avenue. The fire department says everyone inside of the house made it out safely. Crews were able to put out the fire shortly after they arrived. In Lexington, about 500 students from across the country will be in town tomorrow for the 38th annual Kentucky American Water Science Fair. Fayette County Public Schools says students from 4th through 12th grades will compete. The district says the science fair includes a free discovery zone from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. with hands-on activities and the University of Kentucky's Physics Petting Zoo. The awards presentation for the top science fair projects will begin at 3. Every 4 years, countries come together to watch the World Cup, all for the love of one sport, soccer. Now, that passion continues to spread to Lexington. ABC 36's Anna Medina tells us about the Lexington Sporting Club ahead of its inaugural season.
Soccer fanatics in Lexington can now rejoice as its newest addition, the Lexington Sporting Club, is just weeks away from its home opener. Before the club, playing professional soccer in the horse capital of the world is more than just a game.
Get ready for the season. It's going to be a long ride.
They're the inaugural group. They're the first ever.
As the Lexington Sporting Club continues to prep for the kickoff of their inaugural season, Coach Sam Stockley says they're excited for what's to come.
I feel very fortunate to be able to be part of this with an amazing staff.
But Lexington SC goes beyond the set of skills each player has, but also includes a variety in culture, something Coach Stockley says adds to the city.
And it fits in with the culture of Lexington because it's such a cultural city with the horse farms and obviously the university with all the different, people and cultures that come into that. I think that this football club warranted having a diverse and good culture.
It's been great. I've been here for about 4 weeks with my missus and our dog, so we've been enjoying our time, plenty of outdoor space, and loving the restaurants in the town and the community feel, and feel like this city's crying out for a professional sports team. So it's really exciting and can't wait to get going.
The addition of the United Soccer League team to Lexington was announced back in 2021, and opportunities with the club vary in levels.
We've got an amazing youth club underneath us, should I say, with a whole academy process, both male and female. So I think, having a football club here in Lexington, I think, provides multiple opportunities.
As the journey for Lexington SC gets ready for the initial whistle.
Collectively, we'd be lying if we wouldn't be pushing to win the league.
Just come and support.
There are no limits to what we can achieve and what we do if we do the right things and we work together.
The club will play its home opener against Forward Madison on April 8th. In Lexington, Anna Medina, ABC 36 News.
Still ahead, a Central Kentucky Police Department puts out a call for local artists and a life-threatening Arctic blast hitting the Northeast. The latest on what's being done to help keep people safe from the cold.
And we're catching the western edge of that with some chilly temperatures today and a cold evening across central and eastern Kentucky. Good news that really cold air is going to relax out quickly, so good weekend ahead. I'll have a 7-day forecast for you coming up.
Today on Mom to Mom, we have a DIY educational activity, some super helpful potty training tips, a yummy back-to-school lunch your kids are going to love. Hopefully these tips help you, and we'll see you on the next Mom to Mom.
You came in after work, it's the only time you can. Savory steak and bacon, grilled cheese, sounds like a great plan. Wow, kids online are really mean. Sonic steak and bacon, grilled cheese.
Sonic. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, there's only one thing you need to do. Call 800-800-4600. We stand up to the insurance company for all the money you deserve. Call 800-800-4600. We know how to turn low insurance offers into big settlements. Call 800-800-4600. When you need a lawyer, ask anyone in Kentucky. They'll say, get Hughes and Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600.
Watch me. Watch my first step turn to leaps and bounds. Watch me play carefree while the world goes round. Listen to me join in with every girl and boy. Screams of happiness, limitless joy. Watch me run through the grass and sand. They said I would, now I can. Watch me. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
All of Sonic's under $2 craves are under $2, so you can get something tasty without breaking the bank. Sonic under $2 craves.
Sonic.
In your Nation View, parts of the Northeast are experiencing what could be the coldest wind chills in decades. A dangerous Arctic freeze is gripping parts of the region now and into Saturday. Officials are taking action to help keep people safe. Mike Valerio has a closer look at what's being done to save lives.
A cold snap for the record books. Frigid air and strong blustery winds creating a dangerous mix.
I've never experienced this cold before.
A life-threatening Arctic blast is sweeping across the Northeast and New England. In Mount Washington, New Hampshire, the wind chill reached 103 degrees below zero Fahrenheit. In Boston, the temperatures are dropping fast.
I'm wearing like 60 layers right now. I've got 2 pairs of pants on, 3 shirts and a sweater, and then a longer jacket. Like, I'm just ready to rock and roll.
Meteorologists expect possibly negative double digits Friday night, with those blustery winds making it feel more like negative 30 or lower. Boston's public transit system bringing in extra crews concerned rails could crack.
I feel that we're as prepared as we can be. Again, these temperature swings are certainly difficult.
Transportation authorities warning passengers that temperatures this low can lead to flight delays at Boston's Logan Airport as city officials activate emergency plans and schools shut down.
At the center of everything is student safety.
And in parts of northern New Hampshire and Maine, people are bracing for wind chills expected to drop below negative 50.
Oh my gosh, it's so freezing. I just want to be inside, honestly.
Meantime, in New York City, officials have activated Code Blue in order to bring those experiencing homelessness into shelters this weekend. Meteorologists say the blast may be a relatively quick event, but volunteers aren't taking chances.
Throughout the night, the most vulnerable people will be focused on bringing them into the shelter.
I'm Mike Valerio reporting.
Well, the good news, that Arctic blast for the Northeast is not going to last long. In fact, a lot of the eastern U.S. dealing with colder than average temperatures because of that Arctic front that moved through early this morning, but we're going to flip the script quickly. A nice first weekend of February weather-wise. By Sunday, already surging back into the 50s. We may get close tomorrow. Some rain on the way next week, but we're finally going to get a little dry weather here. It's been clear and cold. Our Bluegrass Pace Care Skyview HC Camera Network, Richmond, EKU at 21. Winds are light. They are beginning to shift to the northeast and eventually will go southeasterly overnight into early tomorrow. So we're 20 Lexington, 18 Danville and Frankfort, 22 in London. So temperatures shouldn't fall much more. I think outlying areas away from Lexington, upper teens may sneak there briefly here in the Bluegrass and could come up maybe a degree or two heading toward daybreak tomorrow with that wind being out of the southeast. And then once the sun comes up, that's when we're really going to crank things up. 20, that's our current temperature. That's as cold as it's been all day long. 31 in the afternoon, high 44 and 26, the average high and low. So there's high pressure sitting right over the heart of the Ohio Valley. That will give way, and that's going to open the door for a boundary that will eventually wash out, but more of a south to southwest wind that is going to be in place this weekend, and it's really going to help to warm us up. So overnight, again, quiet temperatures ease a little bit high with our futurecast, more so upper teens to around 20. But as we get into the afternoon, south winds 10 to 15, occasionally gusting 25 to 30. So, yeah, we're going to head to the mid and probably more so the upper 40. So big span between the early morning low and the afternoon high. On Sunday, more of the same. Little boundary here you see to our north. 53 on Sunday afternoon, but we'll start out around freezing behind that boundary, but yet more sunshine on the way, and we start to see more of a west to southwest flow picking back up on Monday, so we're not going to lose anything despite that boundary sliding by to our north. In fact, you notice toward the end of the 7-day and even beyond, temperatures are going to continue to be above average for this time in February, so we will definitely take it. Tuesday should be our best day temperature-wise, low 60s, strong southwest flow ahead of that boundary that's going to be coming in here. And, of course, usually January, February, when we're 60-ish, when it comes to an end, that's going to mean some showers around. I think our best day for rain chances will be on Wednesday with a bit of activity lingering on Thursday. Not a big push of cold air behind the departing system, which is good news. It definitely is going to be breezy all weekend. That will help drive us into the upper 40s and low 50s, and we're still looking good temperature-wise as you see through the early, mid part of next week. In fact, much of next week, even with the showers around Wednesday, Thursday, afternoon highs still in the mid-50s.
Explore, compare, and find your car at mancars.com.
Man, what a deal!
Going on now at Ashley Home Store's President's Day mattress sale. Get a free power base with qualifying mattress purchase, or shop best-selling Tempur-Pedic mattresses in stock and ready for delivery at Ashley Home Store, America's #1 furniture and mattress store.
The future looks good. The future looks good.
When it feels good, waking up, and you got more than coffee filling up your cup. Great way to wake up, I like it, gonna be another great day to wake up. I'm up and wide awake. It's a great way to wake up, and I like it. It's a great way to wake up, and I like it. It's a great way to wake up.
This weekend only at Ashley Home Store's President's Day Early Access Sale. Buy one, get one half off store-wide. Or get no interest for 5 years with no down payment. Friday through Monday only at Ashley Home Store.
Great way to wake up. I like it.
We're following breaking news. State police investigating a deadly trooper-involved shooting. State police say a trooper shot and killed a suspect this afternoon after the trooper was placed in a life-threatening situation during a traffic stop in Floyd County. State police say the investigation into the shooting is ongoing. And the latest now on a Chinese spy balloon floating across the United States. The Pentagon is tracking the vessel. As Rena Roy reports, it was spotted above Montana and is now making its way east.
This massive Chinese spy balloon on the move, traveling across America as U.S. officials keep a close eye from the ground.
The balloon continues to move eastward and is currently over the center of the continental United States.
It first entered American airspace over Alaska, then flew into southwest Canada before dipping down over Billings, Montana.
This thing is up in the sky.
What the heck is that?
That thing is not the moon.
Any help would be appreciated.
The balloon has a technology bay attached about the size of 3 buses. This image shows it floating over Missouri.
We got that balloon in sight also. Looks like it's way up there, maybe 50,000 feet or so.
Montana Republican Congressman Ryan Zinke tweeting, "Shoot it down." But the Pentagon has advised against that. The White House saying President Biden agrees with the strong recommendation.
Any potential debris field would be significant and potentially cause civilian injuries or deaths or significant property damage.
One senior U.S. official tells ABC News shooting it down when it's over the Atlantic Ocean might be an option, but it would have to happen while it's still in U.S. territorial waters. China insisting the balloon is not a spy vessel, but a civilian airship used for research, mainly meteorological purposes. U.S. officials say that isn't true.
We know that it's a surveillance balloon. We have clearly communicated that this balloon is violating U.S. airspace and international law, and that this is unacceptable.
China says the balloon deviated far from its planned course, but the Pentagon questioning that as well, saying the balloon can be maneuvered. A senior U.S. official telling ABC it's likely being navigated with spy satellites. The Pentagon says the balloon is expected to linger above America for a few days. Rena Roy, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Watch ABC 36 every Friday night for Chief Meteorologist T.G. Shuck's Bowtie Friday Forecast. Brought to you by Stuart Mercer.
Hello, I'm Rob Kepperling.
And I'm Christina Pink Kepperling with Powerful Legacy Insurance and Financial Services.
And I'm Randy Major. Have you ever wondered if your retirement is on the right track? Join us here every week to find out how you can live the retirement of your dreams.
For top-of-the-line auto care, for your exotic and vintage vehicles, you need Stugart Motors. The Stugart family has been Lexington's #1 exotic car repair facility for over 45 years, and we're not stopping anytime soon. Come see Chris at Broadway or Sean at West Main for specialized and dedicated automotive experience. We believe high-quality cars deserve high-quality care. Get that care at Stugart Motors. 859-255-7424.
For a limited time only at Johnny Carino's, enjoy our 5 for $15.99 ribeye steak and shrimp meal deal. Juicy, char-grilled ribeye steak, crispy Parmesan shrimp, your choice of pasta, bottomless salad, our Italian nachos appetizer, and our fresh baked bread for only $15.99.
Famous Dave's Barbecue, now open for to-go. Enjoy a $5 brisket sandwich piled high with smoky Texas beef brisket. Order now at famousdaves.com.
Today on Mom to Mom, today on Mom to Mom, today on Mom to Mom, we have a yummy back-to-school lunch your kids are going to love. And it's a great activity for your kiddos to do. And I realized, you know what, there's probably an easier, cheaper way to do this. And I came across this really cute idea. Hopefully these tips help you, and we'll see you, and we'll see you, and we'll see you on the next Mom to Mom.
It's fun when two division rivals square off against each other, and that is exactly the case tomorrow in Rupp Arena, where Kentucky will take on Florida. Now, both teams come have fresh off of wins earlier this week, but it's Florida with the splash victory, knocking off second-ranked Tennessee by 13. Something to watch for in this game is how the defenses play. The Cats, their defenses look great at times this season. Then other times they have struggled as well. But Florida, in its last 3 wins, have held their opponents to 60 points. That's right, 60 points or less. So you better believe the Cats are well aware.
They're confident. They're a good team. They've won some games. They got some really good players. They play hard on the defensive end. I think the biggest challenge is continue to do what we do. Continue to move the ball, continue to share it, limit live ball turnovers, and get great quality shots. Because when you got that, you get some good shots. You got kind of one of the best rebounders of all time. So a good shot. If we don't make it, more likely than not, he's going to get it, and we can get a second chance opportunity.
Now with Kentucky women's hoops, the last time they played the nation's best team, South Carolina, the Wildcats were trailing by single digits going into the fourth quarter before the Gamecocks pulled away. Now last night when the two played again in Columbia, Kentucky played a much better fourth quarter where they were only outscored by the Gamecocks by 1 point. Still, the Cats lost the game by 18, but this young UK team, continues to make strides led by guard Maddie Shear. South Carolina head coach Dawn Staley remembers the 25 points she scored in the first matchup and explains they had to slow her down in the rematch.
They're pretty good with the basketball. They don't show their hand. They got multiple moves, and if you're not staying down and disciplined, they force you to foul. And we wanted to make sure she doesn't have the same type of production. So we leaned in heavy on her to make sure that we'll take one of their big producers, limit their production.
Now over at Lexington Catholic, the Knights taking on Trinity in some high school hoops. First quarter, Trinity, great ball movement. CJ Walls, he knocks down a 3-ball from the corner. The Knights are down by 1. Now Lexington Catholic ball. Reese Potter showing the vision. Hits Tyler Doyle for the drive and layup. Knights up 3. But Trinity, they answer right back. Cam McClain, top of the key, 3 is money. The Knights with the ball. Doyle, check out this pass. No-look dime. That'll put a smile on Magic Johnson's face. Hudson Sparks makes the layup. Then Sparks again, sparking it up from deep. Knocks down the 3. All net, no rim. The Knights get the dub. Final score, Lex Cath 52, Trinity 47. The Knights are 23-2 this season.
Wow, that is awesome.
Yeah, they are balling, playing some good hoops. So you love to see it. And
absolutely.
We'll see if the Cats, can they match that energy tomorrow? We need the win against Florida. Big resume builder. So we'll see.
Big rivalry coming up.
Exactly.
All righty, well, stay with us. We'll be back after the break.
Car wreck? When you get Hughes & Coleman, it can make a big difference. Here's what I mean. Insurance offer, $3,000. Our result, $156,000. Insurance offer, $0. Our result, $385,000. Insurance offer, $300,000. Our result, $1 million. After an accident, if you want to get the money you deserve, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600.
It's Keno night, and you got this. And you've got 37 ways to win a top prize of $100,000. Keno, from the Kentucky Lottery, you got this.
Joe Biden and Andy Beshear are ignoring the border crisis. But it's not just down here. Right here in Kentucky, we have our own border crisis. Criminal and illegal drugs like fentanyl are flooding into our state, ravaging our communities. We may not be able to build a wall like this around Kentucky, but my top priorities as governor will secure our state's borders, back up our police. And if you're a drug dealer, I'm coming for you.
Local news matters to you. So ABC 36 Now brings it to you first with Good Afternoon Kentucky, Lexington's only mid-afternoon newscast at 3 p.m. Erica Bivens, Paxton Boyd, Chief Meteorologist T.G. Shuck, and the ABC 36 News team bring you up-to-the-minute local news and weather, plus in-depth interviews that affect you. Why wait? Get it here first on Good Afternoon Kentucky, your only local news at 3 p.m. Weekdays on ABC 36.
Shop Academy Sports and Outdoors clearance sale. Get up to 65% off select items when you shop in-store or online. Only at Academy can you get great brands at the best prices. Deals end Sunday. Hurry before they're gone.
In Madison County, Berea police are looking for artists. Officers say they need someone to volunteer their time to paint a community and police-themed mural on a large wall inside the station. The deadline to apply and submit artwork is March 1st. If selected, paint and other materials will be supplied. Police say the mural will be seen by a lot of people on a daily basis. In health news, research shows social factors could have an impact on the number of people getting screened for cancer. Ika Jachi has more on that in tonight's Medical Minute.
Researchers at the University of Texas found that U.S. counties with higher social vulnerability were less likely to get screened for breast, cervical, and colorectal cancer. The most vulnerable group was almost 30% less likely to get screened for colorectal cancer, 20% less likely to get screened for cervical cancer, and over 10% less likely to get screened for breast cancer. Vulnerable groups are communities with the fewest resources, often minority groups, and often those with the least access to health care. The study also found that over 95% of the counties assessed were under target rates for breast cancer screenings, and over 50% were under target rates for cervical cancer screenings, as per the Healthy People 2030 objectives. These are the U.S. objectives which aim to improve health in our country in the next decade. With this Medical Minute, I'm Ika Jachi.
Big news. Right now at Spectrum Mobile, unlimited is just $29.99 a month. And write this down. Your next line is free. This will be on the pop quiz. Questions?
That's not on the quiz.
Should be.
Yep.
You, sir.
He picks up two before he's pushed out of bounds.
Or to rephrase it, you get nationwide 5G for just $29.99 and your next line is free. What I'm saying is Spectrum Mobile's coming at you with a big old $29.99 a month and your next line is free. Over. Can I do the thing with the...
No.
Or you could say you get reliable coast-to-coast coverage for only $29.99. Your next line is free. Or you could say you get unlimited for $29.99. But I hope you guys are writing this down. You get reliable coast-to-coast coverage for only $29.99. And your next line is free. And your next line is free. 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 And your next line's free. Get unlimited for $29.99 a month, and your next line is free for 12 months. Call, click, or visit a Spectrum store today.
Good feeling about this, yeah, I'm with it. I got a good feeling about this, yeah, so let's get it. I'm feeling good vibes.
7-day-old tuna casserole.
How'd you know that?
Even my nose is strong. You need Hefty Ultra Strong. It has Arm & Hammer, continuous odor control. Hefty, Hefty, Hefty. Oh, and Toby needs a bath. Stay one step ahead of Stinky.
Oh, careful, dear. Loose leaves and scars can easily catch fire.
Oh, thanks, Mom. No, Dad, don't strain. Just put it in a burn pile here.
No, sweetheart. I don't want my pants to catch on fire. Fire should be contained and at a distance.
I'm just going to move this a little bit closer.
No. Space heaters need space.
Curtains could catch fire.
How do you know all this stuff?
Hey, ready to go?
I sure am. My sleep has been great ever since I started treatment for sleep apnea.
Well, nearly 30 million adults have it, including me.
Now, let me guess. It was your snoring that gave it away?
Oh, yes, it was. Intense snoring is one of the classic signs.
Other signs include gasping for breath during sleep and daytime sleepiness. If untreated, the risk of heart disease and stroke increases.
I didn't know that, but I'm glad to hear the treatment can help.
Certainly can. To learn more about the warning signs, visit defendsleep.com.
ABC 36 Solid Blue Sports Report is brought to you by UK Federal Credit Union.
And there's a Kentucky Lottery Scratch forecast rolling through the weekend into early next week. Yeah, we're going to flip the script here quickly tomorrow morning. probably upper teens early, and then the wind picks up. We got some sunshine, and we'll have one of those days, big span between the early morning low and afternoon high, about 30 degrees, and it just keeps getting better. So I guess we're kind of due this after the wintry weather early this week.
We'll take it too.
Absolutely. I'll take this over what the Northeast has any day. Have a good night. Jimmy Kimmel up next.